On February 28, 2026, the opening day of Operation Epic Fury, the U.S. military struck 1,000 targets inside Iran. To match that volume in a single day, you would normally have to look at months of traditional air campaigns. For human intelligence analysts to process satellite imagery, verify coordinates, and approve that many strikes in 24 hours is a logistical impossibility. This diagram illustrates the kill chain, the step-by-step process of finding a target, verifying it, and finally ordering a strike. For decades, moving a target through this sequence could take days. Every red node you see here required human verification. Intelligence analysts cross-referenced data, military lawyers reviewed the rules of engagement, and mitigation teams double-checked for nearby civilians. Each step added hours of friction. These safeguards were designed to prevent catastrophic errors. But for a leadership committed to a doctrine of maximum lethality, human oversight became an obstacle they wanted to eliminate. The solution was building an AI-first force, an infrastructure capable of ingesting petabytes of intelligence and generating strike coordinates without human delay. This graphic shows the components of that system: Palantir's Maven smart system and Anthropic's Claude language model. Palantir provides the infrastructure. It acts as a massive data funnel, pulling in live streams of satellite imagery, drone video feeds, and radar signatures, converting those raw inputs into categorized digital objects. Claude acts as the synthetic analyst. It sifts through millions of intercepted communications, translates languages in real time, and recognizes behavioral patterns. It then draws connections between those data points to output highly probable target coordinates. This synergy changed the mechanics of combat. The kill chain shrank from days to seconds, handing the architectural control of the battlefield to software. The system proved its capability during Operation Absolute Resolve in January 2026. By synthesizing communication intercepts and behavioral patterns, the AI mapped out security gaps to coordinate the successful capture of Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro. A month later, the military scaled the system for the Iran conflict. Within the first hours of Operation Epic Fury, the AI directed a surgical strike against Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. These high-profile successes changed how military commanders viewed their own inputs. They deferred to a state of algorithmic certainty, treating the machine's target coordinates as objective facts rather than recommendations. Because the AI delivered rapid victories without putting American boots on the ground, human operators began to blindly trust the data. They stopped questioning the machine. On February 28th, a U.S. Tomahawk missile struck the Shajareh Tayyeba Elementary School in the Iranian city of Minab. The strike occurred during school hours. Approximately 175 people were killed, the vast majority being children and their teachers. This split-screen comparison shows the source of the error. The AI generated its strike coordinates based on outdated Defense Intelligence Agency archives from 2013, which categorized the school building as part of a military base. By 2016, the school was walled off and operated strictly as a civilian institution. But under intense pressure to maintain the speed of a compressed kill chain, operators fell victim to automation bias. They rubber-stamped the machine's outdated target list in seconds, bypassing the actual ground truth data. Historically, civilian environment teams would have caught an error like a walled-off primary school, but the military had actively dismantled those teams to reduce operational friction. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth removed the senior military lawyers, the exact personnel responsible for ensuring compliance with the laws of war before a strike was authorized. The Minab strike was a predictable systemic failure, the result of a warfare loop engineered to move faster than human morality. The conflict in Iran exposed a harsh lesson. A machine's lethal accuracy is entirely dependent on the archives it feeds upon. Military operations now focus on mass targeting dictated by processing power. Software sifts through millions of profiles to generate automated kill lists at a scale no human team could ever match. Dominance in this environment relies on the fastest AI architecture. Success is defined by the ability to compress a decision cycle into the smallest possible window. This image of Alex Karp represents the direct power private tech executives now exert over military planning and lethal capabilities. The military's demand for maximal lethality is on a collision course with international humanitarian laws, which require strict distinction between combatants and civilians. The United States successfully built a system that wages war at the speed of a supercomputer. But as human authorization disappears from the loop, we have to ask if the laws of war can survive the speed of the machine.